Hello, welcome to McBoss Capital channel. My name is Michael Chu. This is a market recap video for the week ending March 14, 2025. Um, yeah, we have a down week, and we'll see in a bit what's happening here. So on Monday, the Dow plummeted more than 500 points, and then the selling intensified as the day progressed. Blue chip Dow down 900 points or 2.1%, and S&P fell 2.7%, and Nasdaq suffered the biggest rout, plunged 4%. Perhaps the most important is the Cboe fear gauge, known as the WIG, spiked to a 7-month high. So as you can see here on the daily chart on Nasdaq Composite Index, we have a 4% down day, really bad open, and continue to sell off throughout the whole day. This is what happened right here. Here's the gap down. Um, we closed Friday, on the rebound, but we basically gap down and yeah, make a new low. Small caps also dropped 2.7% that day, and IBD 50 suffered 3.4% loss. Yields on 10-year Treasury fell to 4.21%. So right here on March 10th, 10-year yield, it drops right there. It did rebound the following day and kind of closed above the 10-day again, so it did rebound throughout the rest of the week. On the wicks here on March 10th, Monday, we also saw a new high on the volatility index, which is higher than the previous high right here, and it closed at 2786, but it went as high as 2956. So the volume was much higher on the Nasdaq and NYSE compared with the same time Friday. Breadth was also poor as decliners outnumbered advances on both exchange. Despite a rally attempt recession before, major index undercut Friday's lows as President Donald Trump noted on Sunday that he would not rule out a recession. So that was the reason the market dropped that much. So next day the market didn't really do too much. It kind of just wobbled around, make another new low right here. So on Wednesday the market kind of another volatile session, but buyers at the upper hand by the close after Wall Street got some good news on the inflation front. Inflation cooled in February for the CPI Consumer Price Index, which rose 0.2% month over month and below the 0.3% of economists expected. And on a year basis, it is 2.8% versus 3% in January, while core inflation also fell to 3.1% from 3.3%, and the latter was the lowest since April 2021. So here on Wednesday, we see the bounce right here from the inflation report. On Thursday, the blue chip on the Dow lost 1.3%, extending a losing streak for 4 sessions. The S&P saw off 1.4%, falling 10% from its record high in February, the technical definition of a correction. Nasdaq tumbled 2% and is 14% off its record high. Small cap Russell declined 1.6%. It is nearly 19% from its high. So President Trump threatened new tariffs on the European Union Thursday morning. It warns on Truth Social posts that the US will place a 200% tariff on all wines, champagnes, and alcoholic products coming out of the EU unless it removes the 50% tariff on US whiskey. So Thursday, the Nasdaq came back down pretty hard. The good news is, which is kind of hard to see, it actually didn't make a new low here. So the low was 17,239. On Tuesday, the low was 17,238. It just missed it by 1 point, which means the attempt rally is still holding right now. So Wednesday starting was attempt rally day one, and then because Thursday we didn't make a new low, that's second day, and then on Friday we did have a strong rebound. In fact, we closed at the highest throughout the week. So that's day three of the rally attempt. So stock market bulls were in a good mood Friday after a weaker than expected reading on consumer confidence, along with another jump in year-ahead inflation expectations. The University of Michigan's consumer service sentiment came up 57.9 versus 64, and inflation expectation rose to 4.9 from previously reported 4.3. So this Friday marks a three-day market rally attempt for the Nasdaq, but just day one for S&P and Dow Jones. So Nasdaq could stage a fall-through day as soon as Monday. So the 10-day is now coming down pretty strong at a pretty steep angle. It obviously could surpass it on Monday or this coming week. The question is, can it hold once it go above it? I think that's the more important question. If it can hold and kind of mix path towards the 21 day, that'll be even better. So at some point here, it could make a follow through day if we have enough gains on higher volume than previous day. The other thing we want to look for is also the 21 day. The Nasdaq has a history of, obeying the 21 day quite well. So if it does also come above here, that will give you another confidence boost that this rally might be working. So those are the two lines you'll be watching for in the coming week to see how it landed. On the weekly chart, it still looks pretty ugly. As you can see, it's a very steep slope. So we could get rejected here and start going down again by the 10 days. So that is highly possible. But we did have a reversal, right? Even though we did close at the top of the range, but it is still below previous week. We saw that last time here in August. We had a reversal there, and then it did move higher the week after. So we want to see if this could follow through as well. On the S&P chart, very similar. It also reversed, but it's still a negative down week. Here we did make a new low on Thursday, but very similar chart. You see it's now coming closer to the 10-day, but again the 10-day slope is pretty steep. A 45-degree angle would look more like that, which would more coincide with the 21-day as well. So that would be a better line to cross above. Like that would be a better signal. And also you see the 200 days right here. So that's also another level that will be good to watch if it can pass back above it. The Nasdaq is also right here, coincide with the 21 day. They're actually crossing each other right now. So that might be also a good potential level to have more confidence that the rally has resumed. Dow here, very similar, fell on Thursday to new low. This is also a very steep slope right here. Here's Russell, also fell on Thursday. This one has been up highs quite a long time. So Russell is the worst index right now. Looking at the equal weight Nasdaq, very similar chart. This one actually make a newer low on Thursday. RSP, equal weight S&P also make a new low on Thursday, although the volume has subsided. You can see that there. So looking at the IBD 50, you can see it's now coming back to the 10-day line. So that's also really good. After Monday's low, this one also didn't make a new low. It is moving back. We're now at the 10-day. So here we see 21-day pink line also kind of converging with the black line 200-day. So that will be an important level to test this coming week if it does go back up there. The 10-year yield has come back up, so generally this is not good if it goes up back up too high, but if it stays around this level, might be okay. The dollar make a new low on Tuesday, and it's rebound a little bit. It's still under the 10-day right now, so the US dollar staying low could also help some of the exports. The oil is finding resistance near this level here on this 10-day moving average. We are forming a pendant pattern right now, so it could either go back up or go back down. So the gold stock has a powerful move on Thursday. It's pretty much a new breakout to new all-time high here on the gold price, and it followed through on Friday, pretty much holding up the gains. So gold stocks are doing well. We will talk more about gold stocks in my growth stocks video, so make sure to follow that. So this week is Fed meeting. So the job market, so we want to know what the Federal Reserve will say. Is the job market starting to soften? Will it want to wait to see what the scale of the tax cut legislation will be? What is the quality projections of interest rates going forward? Unemployment, inflation in 2025. So right now the market is expecting June to cut rates again with only 31% in May. On March 7, Jerome Powell said the economy was strong. The Fed was well positioned to wait for greater clarity on President Trump's agenda before acting. February retail sales data also out on Monday. We have Nvidia holding its semi-annual GTC conference March 17 to 21 in San Jose, California. Nvidia calls the show the world's premier AI conference. So whether this will spark AI stocks, we'll see. Jensen Huang, CEO, will be giving a keynote speech on Tuesday. And in the earnings side, a lot of Chinese stocks will be reporting this week. Tencent, PTT, Qpeng, Xpeng. So now we'll start looking at the mega cap stocks, see how they're doing. Most of the mega cap stocks have corrected quite a bit. Let's start with the semiconductor. Here we have SMH ETF. So we make a low on Tuesday and then it bounced on Wednesday, hold on Thursday. So that's a good sign right there. It holds on Thursday. Friday it surpassed the 10-day moving average. So this is also a very good sign. This is actually better than the index, right? So you can see the relative strength now is climbing again. So again, this is above 10-day. Looking at Nvidia, we are building this base right here. So Monday low was 105.46. Tuesday low was 104.77, which means it made a newer low on Tuesday. So that would be the bottom right there. And then Wednesday we bounce higher to the 10-day, and Thursday again we see the same sign here, like the semiconductor index ETF, which is it hold on Thursday despite the market drop. And Friday we climb back not only above the 10-day, now we are slightly above the 21-day. So this is a good gap up and follow through throughout the day. Very powerful move. So I have start initiating positions here. So the 50-day, which is the red line, is not that far away. So it'll be testing that pretty soon if it continue this rally, and we'll see how it acts around that area as well. Other stocks that are in this area, so Taiwan Semiconductor is still below the 10-day. It's not looking very strong. ARM is trying to come back up above the 10-day. Again, it's just sitting at that line. So again, a little bit weaker than the index itself, the ETF index. A while ago, this one, the 10-day is right now flatlined right here, around there. So it did close basically near that line. So just sitting there. The 21-day is coming down right now at this angle. So if it does cross above this, that will be good. On Friday, it didn't. It just kind of hold tight and sit near the 10-day. So a little bit weaker than I would like to see, because it should have, try to maybe move beyond the 21-day and 10-day as well. Here's the IGV, the software index here. So here on Monday, it did make a new low at 87.82. On Thursday, we did make another new low, 87.81. So just by 0.01 cents. And Friday it closed okay. It is still below the 10-day moving average right here. And the 200-day is just sitting right here. And the 21-day is coming down. So there's lots of levels we need to cross here. Jumping into the mega cap software stocks, Microsoft, it looks like it kind of finds support around this level at the bottom here, and then Friday was a really strong bounce. So it closed pretty much high for the week here. Not counting the gap down obviously, but the highest price for the week. And it's sitting at the 10-day, so we'll see. The 21-day is coming down at this angle pretty sharp as well. So we'll probably be testing that and see how it closes above the 21-day. Google, we barely see a bounce on Friday compared to Microsoft, so this one looks slightly weaker and is still below the 10-day moving average. Amazon, very similar, again, not moving much on Friday versus Microsoft, so this one also looked relatively weaker and is still below the green line, and you can see it's starting to converge with the black line right here around 200. Then we have Meta, very similar chart. Again, look at how it just bounced very mediocre. So most of this mega cap are not looking really good right now. You expect a stronger bounce. I would expect a stronger bounce on Friday, but just doesn't have the power. So it's most likely this, they could resume their downtrend. And now we're gonna move to Apple. Apple has been selling off really hard this week. You see 4 days of selling coming down at a very fast steep angle right here. On Friday, it just a little bit of a relief again. It's just stuck in the inside day, where it basically within the range of the previous day. Very weak chart right now. And again, the slope is very strong on the 10-day as well. I think they delayed the AI features on their phone. I think that was one of the reasons why it went down so hard. And finally, we have Tesla. Tesla is trying to rebound as well. Um, I'm just trying to see here if it did make a new high. So Tuesday's high was 251.84. This one is 251.58. So slightly lower high intraday. In terms of the closing price, 248.09. So it did close slightly above. So in terms of closing, for the week, it did make close at the highs here. Not counting the gap down here. Now it is still below the 10-day. The 10-day is still coming out at a very steep slope right here. So yeah. So here's the 21-day, also coincide with 200-day. So many stocks are seeing this pattern right now. So if they are bouncing back, the next test will be near the 21 and 200-day cross area. So Netflix here looks pretty good. On Tuesday, it did make a new low and it bounced. I really like this stock's fundamentals just because it has strong earnings guidance going forward. So you can see right here 29 to 39.5% growth, stable sales number. It did have a rebound week. On this week, volume is much higher on the rebound as well. So yeah, on the day of the low, it did make a low. I did start an initial position right there. So far on Thursday, it gave back quite a bit on Thursday. It was a huge reversal. Now volume did come in slightly lower, so that's a good sign. Friday, it didn't really go too high. Like high 927, closing at 919, so we are still below that right now. So we didn't make a high close, so that's disappointing. So that's pretty much for the large cap guys here. We're gonna go through more growth stocks list in my next video. Please follow that and subscribe if you haven't. I'm also doing most days live stream at 8:20 Mountain Time or 10:20 Eastern Time. Feel free to follow that if you want to see more like live time, real time analysis. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys have all a great weekend and week ahead.